And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon, everybody. Rick Mertell here with the Synergy Financial Partners Veteran Entrepreneur Training Program. I'm sorry, training system. And here with Don Rice, President, down in Atlanta. How are you doing today?
Doing good, Rick. Good to be here.
Awesome. Well, so today, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Don.
No, that's fine. You're kind of lagging, so I thought you were done talking.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so today we're going to do things a little bit different than we have been. We had some input from a veteran, and they asked that we actually speak a little bit more to the what's in it for me part. Because up until now, we've been talking about all the different products and services that we do, things that we do for people. You know, just kind of trying to give examples of ways that we can help, and of course, we're looking for veterans to that want to be in business for themselves, but not by themselves, and work with us at Synergy Financial Partners to help people in the financial services arena. So we do a lot of things, and we've gone over FIAs, we've gone over IULs, we've gone over our blueprint, our leaders creed, a lot of different things. And today we're gonna kind of talk a little bit more about the system and how it can benefit you, the veteran. So if Don, if you want to kind of take over from here, and if I'm not lagging a little too much, which it feels like, I will hand the stage over to you, and you can kind of take over and talk about what we're talking about today. Thank you.
No problem, Rick. Yeah, today we're going to kind of go into the system itself.
When you want me to start that, just let me know, okay?
Starting your own business, like Rick always says, can you guys hear me? Because all the sound just went off. Okay. I can't hear anything. So, all right. But yeah, if y'all want to go ahead and put the slideshow up, I'll go through.
Yes.
Put up the slideshow.
Okay, doing. Okay, tell me when to.
Let's go to the first one.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. So when you always hear Rick talking about being in business for yourself and not by yourself, that's what we're going to talk about today. Working with Synergy Financial Partners.
Tell me when to go next.
Revolution. And that's one of the things. That's the whole point of the YES program. We're out here trying to talk about benefits, about tax and retirement planning, about all types of things. Financial literacy, education, knows along. And it's one of the main things that we do. And how do you build a business around that? How does it all work? So that's what we're going to talk about today. You want to go ahead and go to the next slide.
Next slide.
Done.
Okay, so when you're looking at the potential, there's a tremendous need for every family in America to have their plan reviewed. It seems they have old products versus new products. The industry's been around forever, and there's better and better products available now than there's ever been in history. And there's less people now out actually helping others with these products. So you never know if you're in that old style product or if you're in one of the newer style products. And that's what it's all about, is teaching people about what's available for them. That need is huge. So there's a huge opportunity for you to take advantage of what's needed in the market and build a business around that. So you're coming out of the military, you're looking for something to do, you want to serve others, you want to serve your community. It's a great way to make money for you and your family by helping others make better financial decisions. All right, so y'all go ahead and go to the next slide. I have no sound at all on my side. Is everybody still there?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so actually, just go ahead and go to the next slide. All right. So you can see, since there's millions and millions of people out there that need financial education, they're not teaching it in schools. When you go to high school, you're not learning anything about financial education. When you go to college, you're not learning anything about financial education, maybe unless you're a finance major. And even there, you're only going to take one semester of personal finance. Most of your classes are going to be based around corporate finance. So it's huge, the amount of education that people need. When you look at schools and some of the things that are being taught these days, that they teach you a lot of stuff that you may never use. But the one thing that you absolutely need to know, how to work with money and how to work your own finances, no one wants to teach you. They just leave you kind of out there all by yourself. So if you could position yourself to reap the financial benefits of helping others, would you be willing to put that time in? Would you be willing to make the effort to make it happen? And are you ready to get involved? That's really the question here. We talk to people all the time. We do these vets programs, and it all comes down. They're looking at things. They're seeing. They're thinking about what they could be doing to get into this business. But really, you got to jump right in. You got to take action, just like in the military. You got to take action. You got to decide that this is what I'm going to do, focus on it, and move forward. So that's what we're kind of looking at today. You getting into that next business revolution, working with Synergy and helping others better themselves financially. Next slide. Okay, so when we talk about a business opportunity, just like and always, we're talking about an entrepreneurship program. So we've been teaching you guys over the last few months about all different types of things that we do, and how you can build a business around it. So when you're talking about building a business, let's look at it just like we do with insurance. When we talk about old way versus new way on retirement, old way versus new way on insurance, whether it's traditional versus living benefit insurance, that sort of thing. So let's look at that as far as you making more money, having a business opportunity. What's the old way? You do what you're currently doing, but then you also take on a part-time job. You want to add a little extra money, so you just add something else to what you're doing. Problem there is you're just adding a bunch of hours for usually even lower pay than you're already getting the hours you're working today. So low pay, long hours, that's an issue. You want to start your own business. Typically, you need a big idea, a lot of time, and a lot of money to put into it to get it up and off the ground. Most businesses don't make any money the first few years in business. So you always hear about the business owner paying everybody else, but he never pays himself. You got to have a lot of money set aside to get through those first few years when you're building that up. Or you could buy a franchise. So let's say you have $1 million to put a McDonald's in place, or you have $100,000 to put another franchise in place. I saw a franchise the other day where for $10,000 we'll put you in business. So that's a fairly inexpensive one, but still you have to have that money to put up. And then in that franchise, you're paying that franchise a lot of money to stay in business and have their name. So let's look at the new way. When you're working with Synergy, you're not building a franchise, but you're kind of working in that way. You have your Synergy business. We're doing all your marketing. We're doing, workshops, wealth workshops, whether they're in person, whether they're on Zoom, just kind of like this. There's all kinds of things we're doing for you. So there's no risk there. It's a proven opportunity. We have people making six figures every year with Synergy on their own pen, not even building a real big business with us, just being Synergy agents. Because there's two tracks here. You have the agent track and you have the agency track, where we can help you become more like a broker, where you have lots of agents working for you and you're training them and doing the education pieces and stuff like that, doing more of a managing type position. So there's two ways to do it. Most people start as an agent and they learn the business, they learn how to work with people, they learn to do presentations, and then they start training others and move over into that brokerage side. But there's no risk. It's a proven opportunity. It's a turnkey system. Everything's already put together. We have people all over the country. We have agents in 22 states and clients in all 50 states. So it's definitely a proven turnkey system. No experience necessary. We just need you to have the drive to want to help others. If you want to just be a part-time person with Synergy and invite people to wealth seminars, we do them every other Thursday online. So you could just be a professional inviter and invite people to our workshops, and you're pretty much working in marketing at that point. So there's not really any experience needed there at all. We can teach you the different marketing things to do to get people on the workshops, all the way up to you being an agent with all of these different certifications and licenses and everything else, all the way up through securities if you want to. It's completely up to you. We'll teach you what you need to know. The biggest thing, and like I've always said before, the one thing we can't teach you is work ethic. You have to come here wanting to provide for your family, wanting to be great at what you do, wanting to help others, wanting to help better your community, helping people around you. You bring that to us, and we'll teach you everything you need to know to help those people. Low startup costs. You just have to get licensed. Okay, there's very low startup costs to start your Synergy business. We have by the time you're completely up and running, fully licensed and everything, you're talking about under $500. Sometimes in the right around the $300 range. Depends on your state, because there's some different fees for different states when you're getting your license. But still, very, very low cost. You're not talking about thousands and thousands of dollars to get a business up and running. You're talking about a few $100. Mentors to help you learn. There's not a lot of companies out there where the VPs, the president, the CEO of the firm will actually take time out of everything that they're doing to help you understand what you should be doing, work with you, do workshops with you, training with you, and even if we're in the local area, go out on appointments with you so you get some on-the-job training. We do it all the time. I'm actually going to be right back up in the St. Louis area at the end of the month. I believe it's the 25th, 26th, 27th of this month, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're going to do an in-person wealth workshop right there in the St. Louis area. So I invite everybody to come on out, and you can contact myself or Rick. All of our contact information is always on this program. Contact us, and we'll get you the times for that and the location. So again, mentoring is huge. We're always there to help you learn. You don't have time to quit. You don't have to quit your current job. That's another nice thing. We tell people all the time, if you can put in about 10 hours a week, you can get started with Synergy while you're doing what you're doing. A lot of people, I would say about, when you're looking at Synergy, how many full-time agents? I'd say we'd have like 30% of our agents might be full-time, 70% part-time, because we have a lot of outreach programs, and a lot of people are just working with the workshop program, and they do that part-time. They work with other agents that are out meeting with clients and writing business and splitting that revenue with them because they're out finding the clients. It's an easy way to get started until you have learned how to be that agent, to be that advisor for your clients. And then you kind of don't need another agent there helping you all the time. And then you build yourself into that trainer where you're the one out helping other agents. So, and you become a mentor yourself. So you don't have to leave your current job. You can work with us on a part-time basis until you're making enough money to, go full-time. If you match your income with us, working 10 to 20 hours a week, wouldn't you want to put full-time energy into it to really make enough money to really have this business work for you in ways that you can't even understand right now? Nationwide opportunity, we talked about that. Huge market potential. Everyone needs financial education, and we can help families and put Head Start plans in place for their kids that are 15 days old. All the way up to helping someone all the way up over 80, 85 years old. So as far as where's the market at, who are you talking to? Everyone needs help with something, whether it's a Head Start plan, college planning, life insurance, health insurance, retirement planning, all the way up to wills and trusts and everything else that we always talk about. So all the money that you make is because you've helped put another family in a better financial position. So that we say that's the new way. Take advantage of everything that Synergy's offering as far as helping you run your business, and then just go out and spread that word of living benefits and tax-free retirement and everything else that we do to your local community. Go ahead and go to the next slide, guys. All right, so when you're talking about the compensation model, kind of how it works, so we talked a little bit about that, how we have a sales agent track and an agency track, and then people ask, well, how does the agency track work? When I decide to not just be an agent, we have agents making well into the six figures just as agents. But how does it work if I'm going to help others? So I like to use an analogy. So when you're looking at how Synergy is set up, if you know anything about the real estate industry, we're set up very, very similar to a Keller Williams. So if you know how they're set up, we're set up pretty much the same way. When you're looking at real estate, and I like to use that because most people really understand how real estate works and how their offices work, and they don't know as much about financial services offices, but the two are very, very similar. If you have a captive office, financial services or real estate. So let's take like, I don't know, say a Century 21, it's a captive office. You have a broker with a bunch of agents. The broker gets an override off of all their agents, and they're in charge of managing and training and doing marketing and all that kind of stuff. And that's why they start that agency. But then they have that superstar agent that is just really, really good. And that agent can't really break away because that broker always gets an override off that agent. And it takes off of the top end of what the agent can make. So the agent's going to eventually break away, start their own agency, and hire a bunch of new agents, and now they're a competitor. Well, Keller Williams fixed that problem by letting everyone become brokers if they want to, and then the broker that trained you originally gets a bonus based on what you and your new agents are doing, and they keep training you and mentoring you. So there's no reason for you to leave that company. You're still getting all the help you did, but there was no ceiling. You could go up and make more and more money. You could hire your own people and everything else. Synergy does the exact same thing. You can be an agent for as long as you want. Your mentor's helping you, they're training you, they get everything going. Now you're doing stuff on your own. Now you start training people, and you actually are a way big go-getter than your mentor was, and you pass right by them and you start making more and more money. There's no cap, there's nothing that's saying, no, we got to hold you down. Now your mentor's not going to go away, still wants to help you, because the mentor's going to get bonused from the different carriers because of how well you're doing, and it was a great job that they found and trained you. So again, it's a win-win situation. It helps you really run your own business inside of a huge system and a framework, which makes it a lot easier. And you don't have to be worried about being held down. The more activity you put in, the more money you're going to make, the bigger your business is going to be for you and your family. And of course, the more families you're going to end up helping in the end. Okay. Next slide, guys. All right, so let's just take a look at that. So people say, well, how much money can I actually make? And we're going to give you some very conservative figures. And keep in mind, these figures are based on splits. You come in, you're part-time. Typically, when you're part-time, you're working with another agent. And let's say that you say, I'm coming in right now. I just want to invite people to the wealth workshops. I'll be on the workshop. What does that whole starting that business, doing 10 hours a week, what does that look like? So you're inviting people. We teach you how to do that. We teach you what to say, how to talk to people, to invite them to a free wealth workshop. They're going to learn things like how to save on their taxes, how to make their money work better for them, what are living benefits and why does everybody need them, all kinds of personal finance type stuff that everyone needs to know. It's an hour-long workshop. We do them every other Thursday night on Zoom, and then we do them in person all over the country. So that's how you would start. Okay, most people, unless you just want to come in and go right into being an agent yourself, which we'll teach you how to do that as well. But if you're just doing the part-time, you're inviting people on at the end of that seminar, which is just an education seminar. There's no selling there. There's no pressure. You're just educating people, or we are, and you're listening. We are going to say, get with the person that invited you here tonight and they will set up a free financial analysis for you. Here at Synergy, we do not charge for financial advisory. We'll work with every client that watches one of our seminars and kind of give them a goal setting session and kind of go over where they're at and give them some options on where they could, do better and have their money work better for them, make better money decisions. And if they become clients, we split that revenue with you. Okay, you've brought them on to the workshop, so we're going to pay you by splitting that compensation with you. And then you'll be on another Zoom meeting with the agent and the client doing that financial analysis. So now you're learning how to be an agent. Then you'll be on another Zoom with the actual agent that did the analysis. So now you're kind of learning based on what they said. Here's some things that we see they should be doing. Or, hey, they are in a great spot. We're just going to tell them, keep doing what you're doing. We'll sit down and do another review each year just to make sure everything is going good. And you're in a great spot. You're not going to find a whole lot of people that are in a great spot that you're not going to be able to help. But there are a few out there. But most of the time, you're going to find several things that they need to be doing better. And sometimes it's just going to be giving them some advice. They're not going to be in a position to do anything, but we can help them so that maybe in a few years they fixed everything, all the debt and all that kind of stuff, and we can really start helping them grow from there. So it just depends. You want to be that mentor to every client, every person that comes to you. But then you'll also be on that closing appointment. And you'll hear what's said and what we're offering and that sort of stuff. And people will start putting different policies and things in place. And when that happens, you get compensated. Okay, so on average, for each client coming in, you're probably looking at about a $2,000 commission that will happen depending on what they're doing. Sometimes it's a few $100, sometimes it's several $1,000s, but on average, you're looking at about $2,000. And right now, you're part-time, you're splitting that with the person that's actually doing all the work, and you're learning as they're doing that. You're bringing clients in and they're writing it. We vest those clients to you, so you're building your book of business immediately, which is huge. Most companies will not do that for their part-time people. They do not vest them to you. The clients belong to the company, but we vest them to you. We're helping you build that business inside of Synergy. And on those splits, if you're helping 4 families a month, on average, you're making about $4,000 a month. We did the math. It's about $3,840 a month in splits that you're making just because you're bringing people to seminars. Hey, would you like to be on a seminar? It's on Thursday night. It's about an hour. Just jump on and let me know what you think. And we'll teach you how to say that, of course, and how to say, all the other things that you need to be saying to get them on there. But that's basically, in a nutshell, what you're doing. And then, so you're looking at about a, $48,000, $50,000 part-time position, inviting people 10 hours a week to a workshop. Okay, so if that sounds like it's something that could help you, put you in a better financial position, definitely, reach out. We would love to get you more information. Go ahead, guys. Let's take it to the next slide. And again, keep in mind, when we're talking about that, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 that you're making just part-time, and on average, the one I just showed you was a very conservative number. We have a lot of people come on and they start around $70,000, $80,000 a year when they're really getting a lot of people to the workshops. But then keep in mind, that's because you're splitting. After you've seen several deals go through, you've done a whole bunch of different deals with your mentor, you're going to be doing those on your own. You invite people to the workshops, and when we say get with the person that invited you here tonight and they'll set up the free financial analysis, you'll be doing that financial analysis and you'll be putting those policies in place. So the money we just talked about will double because you'll get the whole commission. Okay. So that's kind of the on-the-job training you're going through. We make it very easy for you to learn this business, and you can really become successful pretty quickly. We teach you all kinds of ways to do business. Private business. Most companies will focus on one thing, but we're large enough to where we do all 3 ways of working with people. Private, meaning you're building your business kneecap to kneecap. You're going to people's houses, you're sitting down, you're talking to them. One-on-one type business. A lot of insurance people do that. A lot of wealth advisors do that. That's fine. Working with clients one-on-one, you can do that. We'll definitely teach you. Groups where they're coming in, having big seminars. That's what we're talking about at the end of this month. We'll be back up there doing our Wealth 101 right there in your local area in St. Louis. That's a group event. We teach you how to do those too. And you're more than welcome to utilize us doing those all the time. So, Whether you do them yourself or just utilize us to do them for you, either way is fine. And then virtual workshops, like I just said, we do those every Thursday, every other Thursday night. And every now and then we will do them on specific basis based on you and your clients. You might say, hey, I got 4 or 5 people that would love to do this, but they're just busy on Thursday nights and they can't do it. We will set a specific Wealth 101 up virtually, and we will do that for your clients. And then eventually you'll end up being able to do these yourself once you've got enough of them under your belt. So we teach you how to work privately, how to work in group settings, how to work virtually, all these different things. It depends on how you want to run your business. I have a few agents that they don't really leave their house. They love to work virtually. When I say don't leave their house, I mean for work. They sometimes they're working from all over the place. I do that myself. We'll travel all over the country, and I'll be holding Zoom meetings all over the place. So when I say virtually, you can do your business anywhere you want to. Okay, so that's a nice thing. Go ahead and go to the next slide, guys. Okay, so again, we've talked about this. Y'all can go ahead and go to the next slide. It's more if we're in an in-person type thing. But I would encourage you to go ahead and reach out, contact Rick, contact myself. We would love to get you more information on how the system works. And I'd love to see you on board. Love to see you out at the Wealth 101 we're doing at the end of the month to get more information there in person. I'll be there. Some other people will be there. So just look forward to it. Back to you, Rick.
Thanks, Don. Yeah, I hope that was some great information for everybody to just kind of get the what's in it for me kind of thing. So we've taken up most of the time. So you see our information on the screen. Or if you need me to repeat it, it's rick.mertell, MERTELL, @gmail.com is my email. Number is 314-497-6854. And Don's email address is drice@synergyfinancial.com. And just reach out to us. We'll get you the information about the Wealth 101, or we can even set up a individual basis getting you started in business. All right, so everybody have a great day. Appreciate you, Don. Anything else to add?
Absolutely. No, that's it. And we want
All right.
everything.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well.